Prime Day is here, July 8th through the 11th. I have spent nearly 7 hours putting together some of these deals for you guys. And the thing is that if you go to Amazon Prime and you search up EDC or pocket knife or survival gear or tactical gear, there's going to be a lot of deals that you see, but I track this stuff all the time. And I'm telling you, I'm excluding stuff I know for a fact that are not deals. So you can buy them if you want, but there's a possibility the company's pulling an okie doke and they have that special all of the time. First, we're going to start off with the sponsors of today's video. First one has to be your boy Marine X. Hey, listen, I don't normally talk about my stuff very often, but my EDC tray in my EDC storage box, these are the items I use by far the most. I've even taken one of mine and carved out and drilled an area so I can put my daily boomstick on there. But these trays are made of walnut. I make them here in the man cave, finish them here in the man cave. And so you will be supporting the channel and stuff like that. One of my EDC storage boxes I keep matches in. The other one I keep like my little Google access things that lets me access my Gmail security wise. I like these things. I think that you would like them too. 20% off. I'm running my sale concurrently with Prime Day. So my sale will end on July 11th. So the links will be down below. Check out the both made of walnut. I think they're good for you to dump your stuff at the end of the day. And I think they look pretty sharp as well. So we got the tray here. You can check this one out if this is something that tickles your fancy. Plenty of area space for a wallet and keys and watch and flashlight or whatever. A little cutout at the bottom. So if you want to charge your phone in there as well, you can do that. Gold pound sand is what it says on there. I've done a few custom orders where one guy wanted, instead of gold pound sand, he wanted the fly equals fly for the eagle. So I can do a little bit of custom work. It's up to you guys if that's something that you're interested in. Normally 84 bucks, dropped it down to $64. And then the EDC tray, these EDC trays are what I'm talking about. So the gold pound sand is what you see right here, but right here, this is my Marine X one, which I keep my little Google drives in here. What these are security drives that lets me log into my Google account with a physical key instead of like it's like a form of two-factor authentication. This is the Go Pound Sand. I have Dang Son. I have Damn Son. Where did you find that? Pound Sand. Are you not entertained? Just a few different options for you to check out. So check those out if you see fit as well. Now jumping over to the entire sale, anything that I picked out, this list is easily going to grow over 100 items. Right now it's over 70 items. So I'm not going to talk about 70 items in this video because we will be here all day. Anything that I find interesting will take you directly to my Prime Day deals page. Now the Wuben has grown on me, guys. I wanted to talk about the Wuben because I did an entire review on this. One thing, number one, in order to be Prime Day, you have to pay Amazon Prime to get the Prime Day listing. So if you see this little red listing in the middle of your screen, you're paying Amazon additional and you have to drop your price to be a part of the Prime Day. But there are companies who are just dropping their prices. This is a price that I think that this drops down to $19.99. The Wuben G5 has grown on me in a number of ways. Here it is right here. Now, when I did my review, they gave me a pre-production model of a black version. The reason that this has grown on me a lot is the green light and any other light for that reason. But it is very good to have a low light to be able to go check on my kids in the middle of the night. Of course, you can use the white light at 1 lumen and stuff like that. But when a human's asleep, it's even harder for them to be woken up by green light. And I have all my little kids. I go check on them. And I'm not going to do it in this video because you're not going to get a screenshot of something in my mouth. But this flashlight is perfect to go in your mouth when you're working on something. You have something in your hand you're trying to tinker with. You have something between a vise you're trying to put something together. This thing works great. And then you angle the little head right here, right towards the item. And it gets you just the amount of lumens that you need to get the job done. It goes max 400 lumens, but you can step it up to that amount. You don't have to keep it at that amount. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of grown on me. They sent me the white version and I gave it away to a buddy because I actually think that this is the type of gift now that's giftable. Okay, they're celebrating their 9th anniversary. Check out Wuben. The last thing from Wuben I wanted to highlight is this lantern. This is the Wuben F5. This is 20% off. They oftentimes will sell this for $31. So that's not anything that's surprising. This 20% off will drop it down to about $29. So that is a good sale. However, the thing I wanted to highlight is this lantern now lives in my laundry room. It magnetically is attached to the side of my dryer. Something falls underneath the dryer, something, if I'm trying to figure out why is my washing machine acting all funny, sometimes I will illuminate it towards the front of the washing machine to see if there's a load inside. I leave this in the washer, provides a little bit of light where the crappy light that's in my laundry room just doesn't get the job done. So one thing I want to talk about is Vaer and the items that they sell on Amazon. So Vaer is a sponsor of the channel, but a lot of times I do guide you to their website. They have their newer models there. They have their assembled in America items there, but their items that they have on Amazon are the OGs, the best sellers, and I think the best items to gift to someone. They're easy to read, big, beautiful watch faces. Some of the highest quality specs that you can get under $200. This always sells at $179. Sometimes it drops down to $169. It rarely drops down to $152. This is the Vaer S5 Tactical Field White Watch. I love the face of this watch. I love how big it is, easy to read, 40 millimeters. Looks good on the wrist, and this is a replica of the A11 military watch from World War II, normally $179. One thing is rolling square, these cables. I literally have 6 of these cables, if I'm not mistaken. I have them in different versions. They're having their sale. They rarely have a sale to this amount. Rolling square makes high quality cables that can charge all sorts of stuff, and they're extremely small. This is the one that I own the most of. This is the rolling square in charge. This is a 100-watt cable, meaning the computer we're using right now, the MacBook Pro 14-inch. This thing, along with the capable battery bank, can give my computer a charge, and it's only like 4 inches long. 6-in-1 cable. It has lightning on it. It has USB-C. It has USB-A, plenty of different ways. It has a magnetic clamp in the middle to keep the cable together. This is a buy it now price. There's a lot of knockoffs. I like to buy rolling squares legitly because of their warranty and because I know it's a high quality cable. If you buy a knockoff of some items, you're risking your electronics. This is one of those things. I don't risk my electronics. Your mileage may vary. You want to get the gold color. It's even cheaper. So maybe that's something you want to do. Get yourself the gold one and save almost an additional $1. Now, if you get the cable, you need something to charge it with. Sarge. Now, I was using Anker a lot. I was using Ugreen a lot, but Anker has been recalling battery banks like crazy. Any Anker products around the house, they are now used in our kitchen and our kitchen only. They're no longer put in bags. They're no longer put in backpacks. I just don't know when an Anker product's going to get angry at me. Sarge hasn't had any recalls, and I use their products quite often. One thing I wanted to highlight here is this is the Sarge 170 power bank. I have one right here. And the thing I like about this is you can see the electronics of it. You can see the circuit board, but you can see the screen. So it lets you know how many watts are being put in, how many watts are being taken out. And this is an 86 watt hour battery bank. So you're spending a little bit more than $1 a watt hour. My sweet spot is any product that's less than $1 a watt hour. This one, the reason that you're spending a little bit more because of the aesthetics. And I will say I've traveled with this thing 6 times. I have been stopped by TSA once. Fair warning. This is below the permitted 99 watt hours for traveling, but they really wanted to take a look at these battery cells. Those are the LiFePO 4 batteries inside. They were trying to figure out what are those. They actually ran this through twice, but it ended up being fine. And I explained it was a battery bank. So this is normally $169. It has dropped down to $98. No one spends $169 on this. This normally hovers around $120. 41% off is a good sale. And this will be able to charge multiple devices, long battery bank, use this to charge iPads, all of that good stuff. The Dabbsson 2000L. Let me tell you guys something. Okay, so these are my power banks. I've shown this before. That's my Delta 2. That's my Blue Yeti Elite V2. This is my Dabbsson 600L right here on the screen. I love that battery bank, or that power station rather. They sent that to me for a review. I had no clue the 1000L was coming out. I had no clue the 2000L was coming out. They are embarrassing companies what they're doing with these units. The reason they're able to get these prices so low, they're stripping away some features that people don't need, and they're putting it on different power stations. This unit only has 3 of the 120 with the grounded port AC ports, and they have 3 of the ungrounded ports with the 3 that are not 3-prong. It only has 2 USB-Cs. It does have a barrel port. It does have 2 USB-As. But for a 2000 watt unit, this one has a capacity. This is a 2 kilowatt unit, so it's 2048 watt hours. It can do 2200 watts out of the AC inverter. Any of their competitors, $800 easy. You know why? They're giving you expandability. You can't expand this. At least I don't think you can. Let me take a look at the back of it. I don't think you can expand this. No. So this does not have expandability. And if I'm wrong, somebody comment down below. They don't give you a 30 amp plug. You don't have an RV plug on this. They are just giving you power. This will run a refrigerator that on a weekend when you lose power for several hours, because it can boost up to 3,300 watts. When the compressor of your refrigerator turns on, it's going to boost. It's going to go up there. This thing can keep a refrigerator running. It should run the entire weekend, depending on how efficient your refrigerator is. Keep your food good to go. Have a power outage. This is a crazy good deal. This is putting this thing below 40 cents a watt hour. I literally am thinking about purchasing this myself. Not one of those things where Dabbsson's not sponsoring this. I saw this deal and I was like, that's crazy. Even at $699, it's a good deal. But that price is crazy. Buy it now, price it easily. Adventure Medical Kits is kits that I like. My favorite kits from them are not on sale. It sucks. I like kit number 3 and I like kit number 5. Neither one of those are on sale. But the camping hiking kit, the sportsman kit, this is on sale. Normally $124. It's down to $105. And the thing I like about these kits, they also have other kits that are on sale. I'll link up all their kits on my that page I talked about at the beginning of this video. These kits, if you use the items inside, go to their website or go to Amazon and just buy the refill for that kit. That's what I like about Adventure Medical Kit. So that way you always know the crap that you have inside. Once you start to dwindle or use everything inside, just go to their website, click on Sportsman Refill or whatever, and just buy another kit. This is the Sportsman 400 kit. This can accommodate up to 10 people for 14 days for medical supplies. That's why it's over $100. I think that's a pretty good deal. Put this in your kits or put it in the back of your truck. You're good to go. Now, the competitor to that Dabbsson unit we just took a look at, this will be the EcoFlow Delta 2. Now, I just showed you guys the Delta 2. This is my Delta 2 Max. I have a Delta 2 running this entire live stream, this entire video right now that I'm recording. These units are fantastic. They have more features than that Dabbsson unit. That's why it costs more money. This one is expandable. This one does have a, this is only 1 kilowatt unit, but you can expand this, I think, up to 4 kilowatts, if I'm not mistaken. It has good ports in the front. It has all the ports in the back. That's the thing, is just like, this has all sorts of ports for a 1 kilowatt unit. But the reason that the price is higher, the app is better when it comes to the EcoFlow. But I will say this has not been $489 in a very, very long time. If I look at my price tracker down here, it got down to $449 in May. Ever since then, it's been living at $500. It's been living over $500. This thing has been living over $500. So if you're looking to get this, this is your last chance to get it at this price, in my opinion, except for maybe Black Friday, because this is their old unit. They've already replaced these with Delta 3s and tariffs have hit. These things are made in China. So these prices can be kept this low for the units they have in America. Once they start shipping more of these from China, or if they may not even make them again, this is a price that you might want to snatch up as we speak. Grayl Ultra Press bottles, 16 ounce. I would say get the 24 ounce, whichever one floats your boat. 20% off of their Geo Press bottles. These are fantastic bottles to have with you for survival situations, or if you go to a sketchy hotel in the Caribbean and you want to drink the water. This can filter that water. It's freestanding. You can, I think, 300 presses through this thing before you have to replace the filter. The shelf life on the filters are like 6 years. So if you buy an additional filter, it could just sit around for 6 years and still be usable. Normally $89, $72. This is a buy it now price. I own 3 of these. 2 of them I purchased with my own money. Grayl sent me 1. That's how much I like them. I would absolutely say get what you one of these and have them at least in your survival kit, or take them with you on travel. Maxpedition's having a sale on basically everything. Their OG models, their new stuff. The only thing that's not, I didn't see included, was their Platy. I just did a review on that system. But a lot of other stuff, 100% they're having a sale on. This is your opportunity to grab some stuff up that you might be interested in. I'm kind of interested in this large cuboid. I think this is something you use to put in your packing when you're packing up stuff. So I'm gonna, matter of fact, let's add this to my list. There you go. So that's added to the list that we talked about earlier. Normally $34.79, $18.18. If I look at the price history, this thing lives at $28 and it just dropped for the first time today to $18.18. So if you want a packing cube, which I think I kind of do want this, then you might want to decide to snatch this up today, because it's going to jump back up over $25 if we look at the past being prologue. The beefy is what I use to do any type of tool kit that I put inside of another bag, because it is beefy, just like they said. I don't really use this as an EDC kit. You can, but if I'm it's made of 1000D nylon. It's extremely durable. So if you're going to be putting pliers, monkey wrenches, needle nose, any of that type of stuff, and you're going to be going to someone else's house and doing some type of kit, this is what I use for that. It's really big, i.e. the beefy. Normally 31 bucks, 23.82. That's a savings of 26%. That's a buy it now price. Normally it does hover around like the $26 mark, just like the khaki one is right now. Tomtoc is having a sale on all sorts of items. My wife uses the Tomtoc bag. They sent me a Tomtoc bag out for review, I think 2 years ago. They paid for that review, so it was more of an overview, and it was a great video. I enjoyed it. The bag was less than $200. It was a great deal. That video was over. I gave the bag to my wife. She's been using it for 2 years. She loves the bag. I have offered her other bags. I say, hey, I got a bag from Ablecarry. I got a bag from Eberlestock. I got a bag from this. She's like, those are nice. Those are cool, but I like my Tomtoc. So she likes her Tomtoc. I like my Tomtoc. I wanted to highlight the 3.5 liter sling. This entire sling is RFID blocking technology, not just one specific pocket. A lot of slings nowadays will say, put your stuff in the front pocket. It's RFID. This whole sling is RFID. Passports, credit cards, anything else you don't want to be skimmed on travel, this might be where you want to have that. This is a tri-storage type of thing. It has plenty of room inside for your electronics and your cords and your Nintendo Switch, but you can also put your passport in here. Normally $48. It does hover around $41. Dropping this down to $36 is a 25% savings. It's a buy it now price. Their prices have gone up because of tariffs. So their prices are no longer, you're not going to ever really see this below $30 like you used to in the past. This is a buy it now price. Olight has gone balls deep on the Prime Day sale. Too many things to talk about. I'm going to highlight a few flashlights that I really like. These are some prices that I haven't seen on some of their stuff because some of the stuff is so new. Like right there in the middle of my screen, the Olight Warrior X4. This thing just dropped not too long ago. It lives at $129. It goes on sale for $119. $197 is a buy it now price. So here it is right here. I like this thing. It has slowly but surely replaced the flashlight I use when I go out on my wagon with my boys. So I normally would be on my one wheel and I will pull my wagon behind me. I like the beam distance. Doesn't have the best spillage. If you need more spillage, this is not really for you. It's more of a spot beam mix, but the spill could be a little bit better. But if you want beam distance, you want it vibrates when the battery's almost dead. What they've done with the X4 versus the X3, they introduced USB-C charging, so you don't have to use their proprietary charger anymore, or only you can actually use both. You can see right here in the photo. So that's what they've done to make this a lot better. They made the beam distance better. This is just a great flashlight. Buy it now, especially if you're going to be using it for, you want to see far ahead of you, like if you're on a bike or something that's moving relatively quickly and you need to see out in front of you further. This is a good light for that. The Olight O-Clip Pro. This lives on my rug bag. My rug bag right now is the Vertex Siege. This has replaced, I had a little Olight O-Bub that they discontinued like 2 years ago. This thing initially came out in black, green, and I think red or orange. It's so popular. They now have expanded the colors. I want it in white or I want it in purple. This is a buy it now price. Normally $39.99. $31 is a sale price. This is legit 21% off if you've been thinking about getting this. They've replaced the little door on the side. Instead of rubber, it's metal. A lot more satisfying to use. It has a spot, a flood, and a red light. So it's good for map reading. It's good for the flood mode is good for finding something that you've dropped near you. Spot is good for getting out there a little bit in front of you. Great light to keep on the strap of your backpack. And then the Olight Arcfeld Ultra, 1400 lumens. This is a good flashlight because it does have a good spot. It also has a good flood mixture. It has UV and it has a green beam. It is a definite upgrade of the OG Arcfeld. And so I didn't know that I would like it so much until I finally got to try one out. It normally, so $119, this lives at $109. $95 is a legit sale. You can now get it in blue. It originally came out in black and olive green. The olive green looks the best to me, but you might want to check it out. All the Olight stuff will be linked up down below for you to check out as well. The Anker Solix C300 DC. Anker sent one of these out to me to review. It shit the bed within 3 days of me having it. I reached out to Anker support. Some people were saying, oh, it's your circuit board. The batteries aren't fried. And I was like, no, it's the batteries. I smelt them, and it's the circuit board. I took it apart and I was able to test. The batteries weren't putting out any voltage. Obviously the circuit board wasn't working. Maybe the circuit board was fine, but I didn't have a way to power it up to see if it was a circuit board. Nonetheless, I wanted to do the review, so I bought one. And I still personally use this every single day. This lives on one of my workbenches near my coffee mess, and I use to charge my iPod Touch and to charge, anything that I just need a quick charge for. This ring that I'm wearing, anything that needs a quick charge, it just lives there. This is the buy it now price. It lives at $179. I have seen this drop to $129. I do not think it will ever get to $129 again. Tariffs have kind of grabbed hold of this. If you look at the pricing in the past, you see that this thing has dropped down to $179. This is the lightning deals from the past: $179, $179, $169. So this $149 is the lowest price in the last 3 months. I don't think this is going to drop below $149 again until Black Friday, but it could be more tariffs that affect this price. So if you need a DC only, no AC ports, this is a good price. 288 watt hours means that this thing is about 70 something cents a watt hour. I'm trying to do math in real time. I'm probably way off, but this is a good price to grab. Keep in your vehicle, great grab handle. I loved a lot of things about it. I just didn't like the fact that my first unit shit the bed. If you need the DC, if you need the AC ports, you need an AC inverter, same exact unit. The only difference is they get rid of the lantern at the top. They replace that with a light that goes forward, and they give you 3 AC ports. I think they could have went with 2 and maybe gave me more UI, such as a barrel plug for a electric blanket or an immersion heater or something like that. But 3 is fine. $209. This is also a buy it now price. Me personally, there are competitors that will get you 288 watt hours, especially from EcoFlow, for less. But the build of this is what you like. It's vertically oriented instead of horizontal. It will fit in more places, and it does have that little light on the front. Most of their competitors from EcoFlow have none of those features. It's also charges very fast. 140 watt output. EcoFlow is not doing that out of their USB-C ports. So this is a buy now price. 30% off, $209. Grab that up. Eberlestock is still having their 4th of July sale has bled into Prime Day, but they've reduced some of the items that are available. You can still get the Bando bag for $47.20. That's 20% off. Bando bag is the #1 selling fanny pack, waist pack, hiking bag on Amazon for a reason. You can conceal carry in it, plenty of pockets. I only have one complaint about it, which is I wish they gave you one different zipper pull. I wish just one of the zipper pulls was different, because if you actually conceal carry with this thing, if you put a pistol in it, you kind of want to be able to, without looking down, feel with your fingers which zipper pull it is, but you can change that yourself. That is my only complaint about the Bando. Oh, my second complaint is I wish you can take off I wish you could remove the straps, but that's it. Those are my 2 complaints. You know who fixes that? The Eberlestock Fade Flex. This has a different zipper pull for that specific pocket that you're putting your pistol in. It has a different zipper pull so you can feel which zipper contains your weapon. Also, you can tuck the strap away, and this in essence will turn into a pouch. 20% off. This is the first time the Fade Flex and the Fade Adapt, which is its big brother, have been on sale. This July 4th sale. 20% off only the olive color, not the black. I don't know why. So normally $79, $63 is a buy it now price if you've been interested in that. And I've also reviewed this on the channel. I buy these things. I wanted to show you these because I buy them. I keep them in pouches. I keep them on my desk. I keep them in backpacks. I keep them wherever. I use these to wipe my forehead, wipe my nose, wipe my hands, wipe my kids' hands, wipe down equipment, knives, whatever. I do not care. These are washable in cold water. You can air dry them, or you can dry them on low heat, or you can just throw them away. I know you shouldn't. You get a 5-pack for $12. That's a buy now price. That's 20% off. Only this color. I don't know why. Okay. Only this color in the khaki color. But these things are great. And I do know I should wash them more often, but they're so affordable. I can wipe my kids' faces down or whatever and keep it moving. Nitecore has jumped into the mix as well. They've put a lot of stuff on the sale, but not everything on the sale. So we're going to talk about some of the things that they have on this sale. The items that are on this sale for Nitecore, let me just highlight a couple. I wish the EDC 37 was on there, but it's not. But the EDC 29 is on there. 6,500 lumens. I'm telling you, this lumen shield technology that Nitecore owns and they are able to use. If you see lumen shield at the bottom of any of their flashlights, the way that these flashlights are going to turn night into day will blow your mind. Any of these flashlights that can max output 4,000 lumens, 6,500 lumens, 8,000 lumens. It's always in flood mode. It's always just for about 15 seconds, but they're perfect for self-defense, perfect for getting an animal to be scared and possibly run off or disorient them. This lives at $109. My discount on their website gets you 10% off. 20% off is a buy now price for the EDC 29. This is a great flashlight. The only complaints I have about it is that the battery is built in, meaning you need to plan ahead for longer trips, weekends, or whatever. Make sure your stuff is actually is charged up. Otherwise, you will be SOL because you have to charge it up. What's going on, Leatherman? You're putting some of my favorite multi-tools on a sale. Okay. The Leatherman Free P4 is discontinued. That's why I think they're slowly pushing up out of there. This is a buy it now price. The Leatherman Free P4 and Free P2, some of the most moddable Leathermans out there. Easily buy it now price at $112, 25% off. You're going to love the free technology. It'll let you open this thing one-handed. The only thing you're missing from this is going to be their bit holder, but you can buy one on eBay and just modify this stuff yourself or leave it as is. I'm telling you, you're not going to miss the bit holder that much. You know why? You see this Phillips back here? You see how slender that is? That is so good for getting to electronics, toys, stuff like that have deep wells to get to the actual fastener. It's so slender, really good at it. I'm telling you, you don't think about it until you need it. Made in America multi-tool. You can also get its little brother, its older brother. Both of these come with a premium nylon sheath. This is the Free P2. Same technology. The only thing you're missing is you're just missing some tools. So you still get the God tier features. I'm going back and forth to show you. I think on this one, you're missing the, hold on, let me look. You see, you get that. Okay, so you're missing the serrated blade. You're also missing the saw. But I'm telling you, unless you cut a lot of fibrous material, you don't need the serrated blade. Unless you cut a lot of PVC or tree limbs, you don't need the saw. So the main blade also has partial serration. So if you have fibrous material like rope or cutting the very middle of cardboard, that's going to be sufficient to get that done. USA made on the Free P2. $97 buy it now price, easily very moddable as well. If I were modding this, I would probably get rid of the awl and that the can opener in the back, and I would probably get rid of that first pry bar and slotted screwdriver and put in a bit driver. Maybe if I can keep the file, I would, because you still get those fantastic Phillips. You still get another pry bar on the left side there with a box opener, so you don't really need two pry bars. That would be my mod that I would go buy now price very easily. Leatherman also added their big kit on here, $22.05, normally $40. There's around 28 bucks, but you are saving $45 on the list price. That's a buy it now price. This will let you use it on the Leatherman Surges of the world, the curls. If you modify one of those Free P4s, you can use that. The authentic Leatherman bits, they're a little soft compared to some of the generic ones. Zinc coated steel. that's hardened, but I think that they're not really for hard use cases, but they will work out for you. The SOG Power Pint. The SOG Power Pint is normally around $35. So they call it 54 as a list price. No one spends that money. $33.87 is 37% off. I've seen this drop down as low as 29 bucks in the past. I haven't seen it do that in at least 4 months. So this is a buy it now price. If you like this, you like the stonewash finish, you like the set that you get in here, you're getting the saw, you're getting the bottle cap lifter, you're getting basically everything in the free P2 except for the one hand opening. You won't get that. This has a built-in 1/4 bit driver, so you already have that as well, so you can drive those bits. This is actually a really good tool. $33.87 buy it now price. Last Leatherman I want to talk about is the free K2. Their knives have never been anything to write home them about. But the reason I wanted to show you this is because the free K2 I think are about to be discontinued. These are 20% off, $71.96. Personally, if you want the tool set, on the very back you get a box opener. That's what that little tool on the very back is a box opener, and all in a Phillips. But Leatherman just dropped today their new line of folders in fixed blade knives. The Blazer, the Track, the Russell, the Pioneer, the Glider. They just dropped it on top of us. Magnica blades still on some of these, if not all of them. I'm interested to learn more about these. These are $300. Basically, all of them are $299, $279, depending on which one you want. So they just put it on us today. So that's why they're getting rid of the K2. Now, jumping into some more knives, you have the Kershaw Iridium, $48.33. This price actually makes this cheaper than the Mini Iridium. D2 steel, their door lock technology is pretty good on Kershaw. These are great blades. This is a great just kind of everyday folder. D2s, you're gonna have to sharpen it a little bit more, hard carbon tool steel, but it's gonna be easy to sharpen being D2. I love the color of this red color. I don't know why only the red is this color, is this discounted. The other ones cost a little bit more, but it has a lot of features to be such a relatively affordable knife. A back spacer, it has a very easy to use lanyard holder, a reversible pocket clip, good thumb studs on there. Very, very good knife for 48 bucks. You can get the Vosteed Corgi. The Vosteed Corgi, $47.20. I think they just came out with the Corgi number 2. So Corgi, your days are numbered in my opinion. This is still a great knife. Wildly and popular knife for Vosteed. It is rocking 14C 28N blade steel. My Carter scales, 20% off. Buy it now price. Front flipper, rear flipper. This is just a fun knife to have. Reversible pocket clip. Everything's good to go on this bad boy. Then we got the Vosteed Marmoset. Now this knife is a fixie. It is only about 2.2 inches long. You can rock this different ways. They have it set up so you can put it on your belt, but you can throw or your shoulder strap, but you can throw maybe a 2x2 Alti clip on there and run this in your pocket. But it has a lot of good features on it. 14C 28N blade steel. Okay. Blue micarta scales. Looks gorgeous. It reminds me of the Red Hawk by Tactile Knife Company. Not exactly the same blade shape, and I'm going back and forth kind of quickly to show you the similarities. This has a bigger lanyard hole in the back, so it's going to be easier to run cordage. If you're trying to do a hangman's knot or something like that, it's going to be easier to do with this Vosteed. Or if you want to run thicker cordage, it's going to be easier to do with a Vosteed versus this Red Hawk. And the Red Hawk is Magna Cut, I get it, but it's $229. This one is 47 bucks right now. If you're really trying to get into see if and it has a gray swedge on the front, I could just tell this thing looks like it's really well made. Very bad PowerPoint or Photoshop, but it looks like a well-made knife. Wanted to show this to you. It's kind of a non-EDC item. It's an EDC item for your boy right here. I'm a big fan of Ghost and the stuff that they make. I'm drinking a Ghost rehydration drink right now as we speak. They're having a sale, which they rarely have sales. Sometimes they have sales on their website, but they rarely have sales on Amazon. I bought this thing plenty of times, 7 times in the past. I buy these all the time. Natural caffeine's coming out of these. They extract the caffeine from coffee beans. That's why I like this. It's only 200 milligrams of caffeine. So I like these quite a bit. Normally these are 29 bucks. Right now you can get it for $24 if you do the subscribe thing. I normally do the subscribe and save it and cancel my subscription. I'm not telling you that's what you should do, but that's what I normally do. So you're saving 15%. That's a buy it now price. Cherry limeade is my favorite flavor. The Alpaka Elements Tech Case X Pack. Different versions of this. You can get it in the black. They also have it in the green. This pricing is 30% off, $64.40. This brings it to the price that it was on their outlet 2 weeks ago. Then they have a coupon that gets you an additional 10% off. So you're going to save about another $6.40. Now it's below $50 or $60. Buy it now price. This thing is great. Leave the strap off, let it sit on your desk as a tech organizer, or wear it as a sling bag. I think it's a little bit too far off your chest for a sling bag. But if it's a day you're taking your camera out or you're taking a lot of stuff with you, yeah, you'll be okay for one day letting it sit on your chest as a sling bag. It's not that big of a deal. But this is a great price, great bag. You know, I think that they're doing a really good job with this, with the X-Pack VX 21 fabric that they're putting on this bad boy. The Oknife Duran, when this came out about 6 months ago, came out at $104, $104. $99 was the sale price. It dropped down to $84, and that was a good price. One of the first aluminum frame locks. Not the first, but one of the first. This one has dropped down to $69.99. This is the lowest price it has ever been. Nitro V blade steel, PVD coated. This just, if you like this knife, buy it. You're going to get a frame lock. It's ambidextrous. They made the pocket clip reversible. I don't know how frame lock is going to be filling with a person that's left-handed, but whatever. And so if olive green, I don't know if they're going to come out with more colors. I think they sell more colors on their website, but there you go. Snatch it up if you see fit. Daily Carry Co. Daily Carry Co. is a company that focuses on selling everyday carry gear. This is a very well done pouch for $20. This sells at $22 normally. It is dropped down for the black and the orange color to $19.70, and also the blue color for $19.75. It has a big old bunch of loop panel on the front. The loop panel's clean. You can put your little REs on there. You can label this as a medical pouch or whatever. It has the shrink wrap, or this wrapping on the zipper pulls. You can take that off and it's flammable, so you can use that to start a fire if you need to. Good zippers. Lots of nylon webbing on the inside. Horizontal. I like horizontal pouches when I need them to be. Plenty of room. 6.5 by 4.5 inches. I mean, this is just a really good starter pouch. If you're not sure if you're going to like EDC pouches, you're not sure, do I need a pouch to carry my bigger stuff? $20 is one of those prices where you can explore to see if you like that pricing. This is by far the #1 selling item that I have ever shown on my YouTube channel. This is the EDC canvas pouch by Daily Carry Co. Since I've shown this 2 years ago, this thing sells like crazy. I think people like it because of how simple it is. One long YKK zipper, a good zipper pull. You can use this as a wallet. You can use this to hold your A5 size field notes, and you can use this to hold a couple of pens and a knife. I mean, it's just a very small, pocketable, actually front pocketable EDC pouch. And it reminds me of stuff that's coming from some of their competitors, but it's cheaper. This normally sells at $25. That's the price. And $20 is a buy now price, 20% off. It's 6 inches by 4 inches, and it will fit in most pockets. I think you will enjoy this. I understand why it sells like crazy. This is Pelican's electronic organizer. I wanted to highlight Pelican because they rarely have sales. Them and Yeti don't have sales very often, not at this extent. This is $29 normally. $21 is the sale price. This is an electronic organizer. You put all your electronics in it, put it in your bag, take it to work with you every day. Leave it sitting on a desk, whatever. If you're a big Pelican bull, this opens up full lay flat. Unlike the other pouches I showed you earlier, unlike that Alpaka pouch, unlike the Daily Carry Co. This is a full lay flat opening, like complete lay flat. And you can see all your stuff that you have inside. So this might be something that you may want to snatch up as well. I've had a lot of good experiences with Spanker, the excellent elite Spanker company. They need to kind of maybe change their name, but I use Spanker pouches in my junk drawer to organize tools that I want to keep in there. So if I have something that's going on in my house, I will grab one of my Spanker pouches out of the junk drawer and just walk upstairs to the room. I know inside I have pliers, I have slotted screwdrivers, I have Phillips. I have what I need inside of these bad boys. So I use these as junk drawer pouches. They're very organized. This is a newer one. I haven't actually seen this one. I've seen their smaller version of it. And so this is normally $22.89. $18.31 is a buy it now price. Laser cut moly. It actually looks really clean. If you want to put this on your actual kit, it looks like it's big enough to hold a 16-ounce water bottle on the front. So there you go as well. The Dango EDC tether. I had to snatch this up because I like to quickly tether stuff to my bags. So what you do is you loop this around an item. So in this case, they have it looped through one of their own wallets, but Dango's having a sale right now. I loop these around my bags, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. And then I clip different things to the bag, and I can unclip things to the bag, and I leave the loop attached to the bag. This lives at $15. It lives at $15. I don't know why the jet black is $8.25, but I bought it today. As soon as I saw the price, I bought it, and then I said, all right, I guess I'll make the I guess I'll make the video now. In a pinch, it's 550 core in a Cobra weave. If you need it for an emergency situation, it's 10 feet of 550 cord. If you need it, you got it. But I like the fact that this is designed and manufactured in the USA, and I like Dango products. So that might be something you want to snatch up as well. The Kaiser mini harpoon, this one's the 3V version. They have the D2 version, which normally sells around 40 something bucks. But the 3V version rarely goes on sale. This one's normally $59.99, $50.99 is a buy it now price. A great look at the top of this. You're going to be able to get your finger up on there and really do some good utility work. That's why it has that dip down at the very top. Good finger choil. This is just a really well done, well, not a finger choil, just a good placement on the scales for your hands to go. This has micarta scales and good fixed blade. I think that if you're really interested in getting yourself a fixed blade overall, this is the mini harpoon version. The harpoon version is a little bit bigger, a little bit almost 8 inches long, but this is a great size for EDC. The Kaiser Drop Bear, they've come out with the Drop Bear 2.0. The Drop Bear is the OG. They make it in different blade steels, 14C, 28N, etc., etc. But this one, the Nitro V, the Skull version, is $58.65. This normally does live at $69, giggity. I don't know if they dropped it down because of the skull and it's not selling. I don't know. But if this is the type of stuff that you like, then there you go. 15% off. That's a buy it now price. Snatch it up. Now, a lot of these companies are having sales on multiple of their items. I'm just highlighting some stuff. Make sure you click the link that I have down below and see any other items I found interesting. Also, hit the like button on this video. Lets me know to do maybe another one of these tomorrow, maybe go live tonight if I find more deals. But hitting the like button lets me know you like this and lets YouTube know to put this out to more people as well. I would appreciate stuff like that. Jumping back in, I showed you my EDC tray at the beginning of the video. I get it. I got to show you competitors anyway. This tray box I thought was interesting. Okay. It swivels open. I've seen this on other channels and all this other stuff, but it swivels open. Maybe you keep this on your nightstand, keep stuff inside, car keys or whatever. And it looks like you get a free item. Now let's see what the free item is. You buy this item. What's the benefit item? Oh, okay. You get a wood writing tool with liquid ink and it has horrible reviews, but it's free. Next, you have a ferro rod. Now this ferro rod, this is a striker. So you get a flint fire starter. And this is normally $14.95, 25% off, 11 bucks, buy it now price, get you a couple. Always have the ability to make fire nearby, whether it's a lighter, it's matches, whatever. You never know when you will need fire. This is a very relatively inexpensive piece of kit that just keep with you, keep in your vehicle or keep in an EDC pouch at all times. The Nextorch Pioneer 14-in-1 multi-tool. This multi-tool, crazy versatile. First off, it has a full set of pliers, wire cutters that are replaceable on the plier end. It has a big pair of shears for cutting through clothing. It has an oxygen tank cutoff tool or a turn off tool, which if you need it, you need it. It has a wood saw. It has a regular knife. It has so many different tools. It's very much slated towards someone in emergency use cases, built-in ruler. It has a very hard sheath. It has a hard sheath with a hole in the bottom for water to roll out of that thing. This lives at $99, $79.20 is a 20% sale. Look at the pricing. This thing lives at $99. I think this is the first sale they've had on this since they came out with this earlier or late last year. Buy it now price. Put this in your survival kit. Take this with you in the woods. Take this with you if you have an emergency situation. You can cut through someone's clothing and administer first aid or whatever, and it's very capable. The Nav's burrito roll. A lot of companies make these bad boys. I like the one that I think Kaiser makes one, and I know for sure Oknife makes one. But Nav's is humongous. Theirs is a very big knife roll and it has a lot of room inside. It has 2 grommets at the top so you can hang it from something else. 13 inches by 29 inches. This thing is humongous. Plenty of room for you to put all sorts of knives or to use it as a toiletry kit or use it as screwdrivers, whatever the hell you want to put in there. It's going to be high quality. Normally $39.99, $31.99 is a 20% savings. I would say snatch that up if you get the opportunity or if you see that you have the need for it. This is my favorite emergency NOAA radio. It works. It knows what area that you are in when you seek the area out. It has a 2600 18650 battery inside, which you can quickly swap out. If you don't have that available, you can use the crank power. You can also run it off of AA batteries. 3 different ways to run this. This is a very versatile NOAA radio. I've never used a flashlight. I guess it's usable, whatever. I like it because of how versatile it is, how loud it gets, and it actually has good FM features on it as well. If you want to just listen to regular radio, normally $69.99, 20% off, $55.99. This is a buy it now price. They run only about 2 or 3 sales a year. This is one of them. Keep this in your kit. You will not regret it. If you're running comms in your vehicle, this might be a good external speaker to hook into your comm or your amateur radios or your ham radios, because if your comms are not loud enough, then this thing will externally play on wherever you have it. You put this in the bed of your truck, even if you put it in the cab of your truck, and let's say you run with your doors off on your Jeep, or you have very loud mud tires, this will let you hear your comms over the sound of external environment. Normally $49.99, $39.99 is a buy it now price. This is relatively new from Midland. That's why you don't see any very many reviews. Only about 100 reviews. It's kind of low for an Amazon item. It does put out 10 watts, which is actually a lot for a speaker of this size. So I would snatch that up as well. The Pelican BX boxes in my truck for the last year and a half has been a BX 80 and a BX 50. The BX 50 is on sale. Okay, so the BX50 is $179. I bought it for $230. They don't have it as a Prime Day deal, but $179 is a sale. I'm telling you, I bought both of these on barely a sale. This is what I use for my emergency equipment, such as my 3 triangles, my flares, my tire inflator, any of that stuff. The BX80 is what I use for my toolkit. So if I'm going somewhere, this has a impact drill, it has a socket set in it, it has pliers, it has drills. Both of these live in my truck. I have a 6.5 foot bed, so I have not had an issue to where, oh my god, I wish I could remove these. Now these live because I bought the adapter which allows for you to mount this to stuff. If you see this guy at the top, he's quick mounting it to stuff. So I had this adapter in my truck, and this is mounted to my truck. But even if you just matter of fact, this is kind of how my truck looks, except mine are on the far left. I don't have anything in the middle. These things are great. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed with the Pelican BX boxes. They are great field boxes, cargo boxes, gear boxes. I ran one of these on the top of my truck for like a year. No water got inside. I'm not saying that they're waterproof, but they're pretty damn water resistant. The Streamlight 200 lumen ultra compact AA lantern. These are good to keep in your house. Keep them with no batteries inside, or keep them with some high quality rechargeable batteries inside. When the power goes out, these will spring into action. Up to 200 lumens. They also have a red light. It has an incorporated D-ring, so you can hang it to stuff, whether that's upside down or whatever. This is a really good lantern, to be honest with you. So the red light will flash when the batteries are low. Normally $31, 25% off makes this thing $23.71. Snatch that up. Streamlight's not having a ton of stuff on this sale. This is one of the things that draws my attention. I would definitely snatch up in a heartbeat. The Phoenix PD36R Pro. This is the best combination pricing I've ever seen on this flashlight. Now, the best pricing I've seen on this flashlight has been $99. It often runs at $129. But the normal sale price on this flashlight is $109. They have not only dropped this to $112, they're giving you an additional battery. That is high value because the battery is a Phoenix battery. The battery is going to give you double the use time out of this thing. It's sold by Lumen Tactical, which Lumen Tactical is Phoenix's LLC name. So it's not some crazy company we've never heard of. It's shipped from Amazon. This is a buy it now price. I love my PD36R Pro. This lives on my plate carrier for when I go rucking. It has fantastic spot flood mixture. The throw is up to 400 yards. I don't really use it for its throw capabilities. I use it for its ability to illuminate in front of me. And I love how big the battery is inside. I don't have any worries about just rocking out with this bad boy. And it just has, knock on wood, has never failed me. A 500 milliamp hour battery ×2. That's a good price. Absolutely snatch that up if you get the opportunity. I think that it's crazy important that you keep pepper gel as a non-lethal defense mechanism to egress or to get out of a sticky situation. Pepper gel resists wind blockage better than pepper spray. Now, just like a knife fight, if you use pepper gel, you're going to get it in your face. This is going to have a fast flip top. You can give one of these to your spouse. You can keep one for yourself. And so I think that it has better range than some of its competitors. I love Saber's pepper gel. I've actually been sprayed by this stuff on purpose so I can see what it feels like if I ever have to use this to get out of a sticky situation. Normally $15.25. You're getting this bad boy for $12.96 buy it now price. Go ahead, grab yourself up one of those, put it on your keychain. Now we have to talk about the Ultrahuman Air. Here's mine. Okay, I've had mine for almost 2 years. The Ultrahuman Air, it sits on my index finger. It does things like it tells me my skin temperature. It tells me how well I slept the night before. It gives me so much information. I'm going to see if I can pull up the app. So much information out of this bad boy. It's not even funny. And the thing is, you know, I'm always telling you guys to stay away from smart watches. I think analog watches are way better. And I really do live by that. But I also understand how important it is for some of you guys to have the ability to understand what's going on with your body. And that's what smart watches are really good for. But if you don't want to necessarily have to always rock with a smartwatch, this is the opportunity for you to wear a smart device and still be able to gather great information up. I mean, this thing will tell you what your skin temperature is. This thing will tell you how you slept the night before. It tells you the most optimal time for you to have caffeine. Like, it can just read your body and it totally understands what's going on inside. That's why I'm a big fan of it overall. The thing about this is a great price. Normally $349. They've dropped this thing down to $296. If I can get you an additional discount on this, I will link that up down below for you as well. Crazy thing. Make sure you order the sizing kit. Please. Matter of fact, buy the sizing kit first. This will still be on the sale tomorrow. Okay. Buy the sizing kit first. If I were to buy this sizing kit, it says it will be here tomorrow for me. You need to size yourself. I normally wear an 11 size ring on some of my fingers. Because of the little technology inside this ring, I needed a 12. I didn't know that. So if you buy this sight unseen, you may buy the wrong size. Okay. With that being said, I have the raw titanium. This thing gives me all the data that I need on this bad boy. And I don't think that you will be disappointed with this whatsoever. So they've also improved this because now they've added a little bit of beep sound. If you were to drop this on the floor, that was my complaint with version 1.0 of these bad boys. And it gives you way more information. And unlike some of their competitors, you never pay for anything that's in the app. You pay for the ring. Once you pay for the ring, everything in the app is included. I think they're funded by like super rich guys somewhere, but I think that's how they're able to do that. This is, I got to show you this. This is the Muzen. This is the Muzen Wild Mini speaker. My Muzen lives on my bag. And remember I showed you guys those Dango lanterns? This is what I use them for. Put my little Dango lanterns in here. My Muzen Bluetooth speaker, I normally would set it in this pocket. And whenever I go somewhere, I always have the ability to have a speaker with me. The thing I like about this speaker is it puts out, I think this one has 10 watts, plenty of power if you're sitting around like a picnic table, you're just hanging out with your buddies. It has so much power. It's kind of crazy. I have the updated version with USB-C. I'm not sure if this is the USB-C or micro USB-C version. That's the only difference with 2.0 and 1.0. But this is a buy it now price of $69.99. If you want to save more money, get this ugly one here and save more money. But you know what this is good for? The other day, My wife was hanging out with her girlfriends at a bar. They sat outside at the bar. I brought them a hookah. The bar didn't care if I brought a hookah, so I brought a hookah over, and they were kind of playing music off of one of their phone's speakers. I pulled my speaker out and pushed play, and they were just like, oh, thank you so much. We should carry our own, blah, blah, blah. They also have more feminine looking speakers if you want something like that. Muzen sells all sorts of different ones, but they have a lot of different features, a lot of different speakers that you can check out, more feminine looking ones. They don't have the same watt output. I think if you're going to get any of the ones than the one that I showed you, get one that puts out at least like 6 watts. Like this one right here, I thought about picking up for my wife. It's $43. It has 10 watts of output, so it's going to sound pretty good. And it's normally $54.99. I mean, that's not a bad price. And this is something she could just keep in her purse. Matter of fact, I'll add this to the list. And you guys, you decide you may want to snatch that up as well. But this is a, same type of concept, but it's shaped like a purse. So you might want to check that out as well. The Holme Hadfield display case. Now, the display case I have is the Armada. The Armada can hold up to 50 knives, but it's over $300. I wanted to find one of the knives holders that they have in their prime selection that was actually a good price and something that was a little bit more reachable. $199. If I look at the pricing history, this thing dropped down to $209 June 4th. This thing lives at a sale price for $224, or it lives at full price. That's it. So for this to drop to $199 is the lowest price in almost a year. So if you have a lot of knives, 30 to be exact, this thing can hold all of that. Or if you want to gift this to someone, this thing, I don't think it comes with the leather. I think that's an upgrade. I think it's mine. I think I had to buy the leather on the top. Maybe it does. I don't know. But this is a fantastic piece of kit. Weighs over 3 pounds. I think you're really going to enjoy it. I love my Armada. I've been using the thing for a while. $199 still too pricey for you. You can get the one that only holds 10. This is 108. I will say this. It was 108 in mid-June. So it will be 108 again sometime. How long? I don't know. But I will say that I probably would spend the additional money and hold. This holds, 30% of what the other one can hold. So maybe you save up the money and get the other one because that seems like a better value. But it's going to be up to you. A lot of information has been given to you today. Just thank me down below with a super thanks. But you don't have to do that. Just like this video. Subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is your first time stopping by, well, thank you. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. I may go live with more deals, so turn on the notification bell. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.